Hey everyone, Token Dave over here, the dorky token black guy that's just trying to get by. And welcome to another edition of Kaiju! So, for the rest of the month of June, I will predominantly be talking about and reviewing traditional kaiju movies. What's a traditional kaiju movie? Well, in my opinion, a traditional kaiju movie is a giant monster movie that is created, funded, and shot in Japan. Mothra, ya, Mothra, Tongakasaku ya, Imoru, Aristorura wa, Hamba Hamba Yudan, Randa ba Yurodan, Iyukara, Kasakuyan. So for those that didn't get it, I am reviewing 1961's Mothra. So, a typhoon has veered a Japanese naval ship off course and into Beru Island, aka Infant Island, an area known for atomic bomb testing. After being shipwrecked, the surviving sailors are rescued. However, they do not show any signs of radioactive contamination. The sailors believe that it is due to the juice that the natives gave them to drink. Rhodesia, a fictional country that is made up by combining the names of Russia and America, is facing geopolitical pressure because it was them that chose Infant Island as the testing ground of the atomic bombing sites, believing that the area was uninhabited. However, they announced that in due time they will send an expedition to Beru Island. A Rhodesian businessman is not satisfied with this answer, and he takes it upon himself to announce that he will fund a Rhodesian Japanese expedition into Infant Island. While there, the explorers verify the sailors' claims when they discover giant mutated plant life and a native civilization, particularly twin females only a few inches tall, known as the Shobijin, who the businessman kidnaps and forces to sing on TV. The Shobijin do sing, however, their song is actually a secret distress and rescue cry to their deity, a giant winged creature that is making a beeline for Japan. Guys, I'll be very, very, very honest. I am not the biggest Mothra fan. I feel that Mothra is so overrated. I mean, majority of the movies she's in, when she's not in her own, she dies. Godzilla vs. Mothra, Mothra dies. In Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, she survived. I'll give her that. And in Mothra, the second Mothra vs. Godzilla in the Heisei era, she got outshone by Batara, but barely survived. But the other two movies, like, basically GMK, Godzilla, Mothra, Ghidorah, King Ghidorah, All Monster Attack, and Godzilla Final Wars, Mothra dies. So, And, Mothra is popular with the chicks, especially Japanese women. Hence, one of the reasons why I learned the Shinobijin Mothra call and everything in my early 20s and everything. And I still remember most of it, but my pronunciation could be off. But neither here nor there, all those personal things aside, we are looking at the movie itself. Now, by this time, Toho, while Gojira was popular, was like the blockbuster and everything, and Godzilla Rides Again bombed, and Rodan was a moderate success. Their other movies kind of tanked. I talked about Varan the Unbelievable last time, so this one had a bit riding on it. And the funny thing is, this is the second most successful Toho movie that they made at that time. And despite my personal feelings about Mothra, I can see why. For instance, we got characters that are actually a little more likable in this. For example, we got the lead character, Zenchan, who is a reporter known as the Bulldog, who basically, once he gets a story, he can't let go. He is a bit of a bumbler. But here's a funny thing. He's a bumbling person, but at the same time, he's competent. He bumbles about, but he actually knows his job, and he does it very well. And, so he's comedic, but he's not annoying comedic. He's basically the funny guy that has it where it counts. And then you have his photographer, oh my god, who I can't believe I forgot her name. Miyaki, his photographer, who actually is the only surviving cast member of the whole Mothra movie, to be honest with you. She's actually in this as his photographer. Unfortunately, I wish she played a bigger role. I mean, she's in the movie a lot, but like a lot of the decisions about things and all, she did not really take part in, which kind of sucks, but at least she was around a little bit more. And then you have, of course, in all these movies, you have to have a scientist, and here we have Dr. Chijo and everything, who does not like being in the spotlight so much and everything, but he is one of the people that ends up having more of a connection with the Shinobi Jin twins, because they actually saved his life on the island. But we have great characters that are likable, but we also have villainous characters that are very unlikable, particularly the Rhodesian businessman, Mr. Nelson, who is like a greedy person that has a lot of money, but he can never get enough. And that's a huge draw about this movie. You see, unlike the other kaiju movies, in this one, in Mothra is actually not the villain. Mothra is actually the good guy. It is the greed of mankind, of humans, that is the protagonist. And the greed of Nelson, who's doing anything he can to try to exploit not only the Shinobi Jin, but anything that he can find of value in uncharted places, which is why he actually himself funded this expedition. And now let's talk about the title character, Mothra. I gotta give Mothra herself this. Like the movie itself, Mothra was a different kaiju. All the other movies that Toho did, they were based off dinosaurs and reptiles. This is the first one that is actually based on an insect. And as a kid, when I saw this and everything, I was like, that's a butterfly! It's a giant freaking butterfly! That's annoying and everything. But, gotta give Mothra's due. She was very different and a lot more colorful and gave a sense of optimism, to the kaiju genre. Something that was really missing. Yes, Godzilla was a metaphor of, H-bomb destruction and basically the nuclear race going awry. But, and it was kind of down and depressing. Mothra is a more uplifting character, and this movie is a lot more uplifting. So you don't get that sense of dread or depression, which is one of the reasons why I think this movie did so well. So, are there any complaints that I had? Well, a complaint that I have is that basically this movie was shot in the 60s. So, some of the effects are, kind of obvious and bland, but, that's kind of nitpicking and everything. Despite my personal feelings, we have a movie that has a unique monster, an uplifting monster, great characters, protagonists you can get behind, an antagonist you really don't like, Japanese Japanese female twins. Yeah, what's up and everything. Oh crap, my girlfriend's gonna kick my ass right now after I said that. I love you, baby. Anyway, great antagonists, great characters, a different world for the kaiju genre at this time that has been a huge mainstay over these 60 years. Mothra slamming, guys. If you're a fan of the kaiju genre, you definitely have to see the Mothra solo movie. And of course, if you're a fan of the kaiju, what you call subgenre, you've seen all the other Mothra movies, and yes, I will be reviewing the other Mothra movies in the future. But do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Drop me a comment, give me a like, subscribe, spread this video out, and ring that bell so you'll be notified when I do a new video. But until then, this has been Talking Dave, the dorky talking black guy, just trying to get by, and I'll see you guys later.